Yes, the industries are going through, I would say whole country is going through tough times. And especially the industries which are based on imported raw material, they are having very tough time, as they are facing difficulties to establish letters of credit for their raw materials, and so gradually their productions are going down. Right now, I would say that in Pakistan, we are at the bottom of the sea. We cannot go more anywhere because we are
Deeper than
already
this.
at, yes. But we have the possibility to come up again. And I would say that right now our currency is also at the moment is almost on free float. A few months back, Sri Lankan currency was 360 rupees, Sri Lankan rupees to a dollar. And today, the Sri Lankan rupee is equal to 330 Sri Lankan to the $1. And if we do not take corrective measures, I am afraid maybe our rupee will meet Sri Lanka somewhere. But where? Let me explain you. Sri Lankan rupee can again come down to 300, and we can also go up from 280 to 300. This is the worst scenario. So we all have to think about it, how to come off the current challenges. I would say that it is not impossible. It is possible to come out of the current crisis. We should all try to enter into the export industries or set up new industries, try to make import substitution. Whoever industry is based on local raw materials, they will survive. But if they are based on imported raw material, they cannot, because we have certain difficulties. Our foreign exchange conditions are not so easy, even including home remittance of $30 billion and exports of $30 billion become 60. And I foresee that in current year, the export earnings will be lower than $30 billion. And our imports are about $76 billion or more. So from where to overcome these 16 or $20 billion shortfall? The thing is, either we have to cut our unnecessary imports and try to manufacture locally whatever is possible. Then the other thing is, who will give the sacrifice? The biggest, I would say, that low-income people, they are already at such a place that what do you expect from a man who is getting 30 or 50,000 rupees salary? He is hardly able to have 2 times meal in the day. And I would like to take the word from Paracha Sahib. He said fair value. Instead of minimum wage, there should be a fair wage according to the current circumstances.
Right.
You see, the inflation is right now over 40%. It is same like Argentina has this about 30 years back. So we are also going through the same scenario. But I think all of us are responsible at the moment to come forward and find the solution. It is government, it is institutions, it is defense institution. From wherever we can cut our expenses, we have to cut the expenses. But we have to think, especially we have to think about the people who are earning less than 50,000 rupees, how to bring their life towards the betterment. They are suffering, they are really suffering. And in these circumstances, government, bureaucracy, all of them have to think seriously that how to come out of it. If we will not, we will be in more difficult position. Industries, I would say that industries at the moment, industries should think about based on local raw materials. Now we say that which local raw material? I would say that Pakistan have lot of minerals. If we go into the mining industry or chemicals based on the minerals, then we have opportunity to increase our exports. Then we have the opportunity to increase the exports, then also provide jobs to the people. And then there are some unfinished agendas like CPEC, where I would say that $40 to $50 billion were invested by our friendly country, China. So, but these projects they were stopped at the middle of the road. It has to continue because you have already invested a lot of money, or you have taken loan, or the foreign countries, foreigners, the Chinese have invested their lot of money. We should help them, or we should support them that their industries should run. If their industries are also stopped, then we will be suffering more. And other thing is about the health and education, that we are paying less than 2% of our 2% we are paying for health and education. This is absolutely insufficient. Government have to review this. It has to come up, not more, at least they think about half or 1% increase in every year. And I don't say that it will continue like this for 10 years, but at least 0.5% every year, which means at least for next 5 years, you increase from 2% to 4.5%. And we have to make our population, they should have better education. You see, in Sri Lanka, their education rate is, if I am not wrong, is something like about 95%. And ours is much, much lower, maybe 30% or something like this. So we have to bring in the next workforce must be educated. Educated workforce will help you or help us to come out of the crisis. And the main, I would say the main target should be that reduce the imports and bring them back with the level of exports and home remittance. You see, for these things we are suffering, we are begging to IMF, and IMF brings new demands every next day. Previous week it was said that it is almost everything is done, but in this week, IMF came with the idea of to get a letter or undertaking from the main donor countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE and Qatar, who have said that they will going to help Pakistan to the extent of $5 billion. Now they say, okay, fine, they have said to you. Now they said that you get a clear-cut undertaking from them that they are going to pay in the Pakistan economy, or they will remit so much amount of $5 billion till or in the end of June. So this is another thing, and I think government will again have to go to these countries and see that how we have to see that our friendly countries, I expect that they will be helping us and they will be giving such letter, but it is not a very good feeling for them. That one thing they are helping, and second thing is that they also need, we also need a letter from them for presenting to the IMF. So these are the tough times and tough challenges we are facing and going through. And I would only say that all of us had to get together, sit and try to find the solutions from where we can come out of the current crisis. Thank you.